Everyone gets a beam saber. Apparently now Zaku's too get beam sabers. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with more Mobile Suit Gundam. We are still in the Universal Century. This is all a part of our Universal Century watch through. So if you're just watching this out of the blue, know that this comes after Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin, Mobile Suit Gundam 79 the television series, Mobile Suit Gundam the 3 movies. We've already done a ranking of characters in the top 5 episodes from that show. Otherwise, I guess this is actually just the next thing in line, because after this, we'll be moving on to Mobile Suit Igloo. I don't think Gundam is in that word. Just Mobile Suit Igloo.
No. MS Igloo, yeah.
Yep, 9 episodes of that.
Yeah.
But this is the removed episode of the show, which we watched anyway, so we know what happens in that 24 minutes of show. This is, oh god, I wish I had written down his name. Yashihito? Is that what his name is? The same director for Origin made this, and I believe he even stated in an interview before that this was going to be probably the last thing that he would direct.
Oh.
His name is something like Yoshihito or something like that. And I apologize for not knowing the name ahead of time, but it's like a double Y name, which throws me, because I'm, one, not good with names. I am doubly not good with Japanese names. Other than that, though, this falls into... Well, I was just making a comment. We did an earlier recording about some of the video game cutscenes and whatnot, about where this movie falls. So just as a reminder, this is like 3 episodes after the threat of Zeon, which is, God, what was that? That was Garmazabi's funeral speech.
Yeah.
What happens just before this? I know Time Be Still is like maybe an episode right before this, the worst episode of Gundam.
Was Time Be Still in North America, or I think it was in Central Asia? I'm not really sure.
No, it's North America still, because nothing's happening. They haven't met like Matilda and everything like that. Well, they haven't met Matilda to receive orders. Like Bright hasn't been promoted to ensign yet, or shouldn't be. I don't think.
No, they already have met Matilda once.
But the first time they met her, it's just resupply. The second time they meet her, it's like, oh, Revel thinks this of you. I'm talking about Espers all of a sudden. By the way, Bright, I hear you're due to be promoted to a full-on ensign. You know, that's it. That shit doesn't happen until the second time they meet. Icelina has fallen to her death, or succumbed to her injuries, depending on how you read that scene. The last 5 episodes before Doan's Island, Garma's fate, where he dies, Icelina love remains, Icelina dies, the threat of Zeon. I don't remember most of that episode, because mostly in my mind, it's literally Gihren's speech. Coming home, so in the parlance of the episodes, maybe we're going to get more of Amuro thinking about his mother. Time Be Still, literally the episode right before it. So...
The faulty timers. Yeah.
Well, they're not faulty. They were just set for 30 minutes.
Preset. Yeah, but they said they had cheap timers. Yeah, so they were preset. So I guess they're faulty if you're preset at 30 minutes.
Well, no, they're operating exactly as intended. They're faulty if like they set their 30 minutes and they're like, why aren't they going off? That would be faulty. Yamuro survived that episode because the timers just didn't go off at the right time. Oh, it turns out they're like a minute slow. That sort of shit. Anyway, I don't know. I think I would hate it if this episode featured an element of Amuro thinking back to the guys who drove by him in a van. It's like, oh, come on. It's the worst episode.
Those are the enemy, right? Yeah, they're the enemy. Okay, never mind.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think you could just call them out as being the enemy.
Well, that was Bright and...
No, they don't say anything. They don't... That was your joke when we were reacting to it. that they would think that they're the enemy because it would seem so obvious to you that they would be the enemy.
Yeah.
I think they're literally just like hippies in a van.
Yeah.
I mean, because the first time I saw it, when I watched it with Griffin, because I think we got that far. No, we didn't. I don't know. Maybe I just thought when I was watching with you guys that these are just fun guys in the van. Like, if not for the fact that they're your enemy, I think this is an example of Zeon people are people you can just hang out with. It's like, yeah, we tried to kill them, we failed. Whatever. You know, you tried to kill us.
A giant colony on Earth, yeah, but sure, 4 billion people.
Well, no. See, you always go back to the big swings. I'm thinking more like, Amuro flew over our base and tried to kill us all unprepared once after he left his mother. And then we tried to bomb you with, like, sticky bombs that we threw at you. You know, 1 for 1. Let's call it even. I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't drop the colony on you. No. We dropped the colony on you.
I didn't do it. We did it.
Yeah.
Really, you can't place fault on me because, you know.
I think it falls on that whole, look, I shot at you. I didn't drop the colony on you. That was a different division of the company. You know?
Yeah.
I'm only
same company, different department. Yeah.
I'm not going to blame you for everything Earth Federation did to us. I'm going to blame you for flying overhead and shooting at us while I was asleep in bed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep this on a personal level.
Same company, different department.
I blame you for the magician they sent to entertain us. What's that guy up to right now?
Probably alive somewhere.
Yeah. Doing magic tricks. He's on the board.
Yeah.
Just because one guy specifically says, I hate that guy. I can't remember his name. Starts with a G. Guile. Guile says, I hate that guy. Because Guile's a weird thing on the board. Guile gets mentioned by name in an earlier episode where Garm was still alive. Yeah. And we don't see him. Mm-hmm. So I added him to the board because the behind the voice actors thing had a picture for him. I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll meet him one day. And then he's at the other base after Garma's dead. So it's like, oh, that's weird. He fucking hates that magician. All right, well, I mean, anything else you want to add before we get into the movie?
I mean, I'm curious of how they're gonna how they're gonna reinterpret this in order so it to make sense. It made sense originally, just that it was a weak episode overall. It was like a kind of failure episode.
The idea is that they didn't expound upon the elements at play that were valuable, and then they like just kind of stretched their time with Amuro and the kids. Like, you got to know more about Doan's backstory, about the don't leave any survivors behind, and the fact that he's being chased by Zeon forces for his not negligence, his abandoning his duty, as it were,
and disobeying orders too.
Yeah, you could do a lot with his backstory, and maybe not so much with the mobile suit martial arts. Hopefully that's not a thing that we're going to spend time on.
Or what happened to those 2 pilots? Did the kids kill them or something? You know, we never know.
See, I see.
I think they died in the crash.
Well, I mean, they die actually later to their wounds because they get tied up and not treated, and yet they treated Amuro for some reason. I don't know. The question you're asking is, I'm going to say not important, but should be answered though. Like, it's a plot hole. It's a plot hole that I think would be better answered by not having it at all. I think I would be happier if they just stumbled across the island and Doan attacks them to try and defend the island from being found than you know, mysterious call, pilots, extra characters we have to wonder about. Okay, well, I guess that said, before that, is that also the episode where they are like, oh, lightning, mysterious earth weapon?
I think that was earlier.
Where they're also sunbathing on the beach?
Yeah, because Rambo Rao is also in a ship, and it's like, oh, I heard this is lightning. Everybody's panicking. Rambo Rao's like, yeah, this happens on Earth. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Because Rambo Rao is chasing them, and he's also in a ship going like, oh, lightning.
Well, Rambo Rao appears during their like desert phase because he's got basically the Waltfield version thing going on.
So it's happened.
But my memory of this happens around the time that they're sunbathing on the beach, because remember, that's also the time that Amuro's flying over the water searching for something.
No, the beach episode is when they're at the beach and Amuro's going to his mom's to see what the hell's happening. So it's Sayla and Mirai talking at a beach, and they're like, not even a beach, it's like a little lake or river.
No, they're on an island, and the white base is hidden. Yeah. You're thinking of a different area, I think. Because remember, in this, when he goes back to his mother, the white base is still traveling, versus this time it's hidden, and they're on an island.
The reason why he can go visit his mom is because the white base wasn't traveling. He actually had a point to return to.
I disagree with you, but I don't remember enough to have an argument about it. So I think this is just one of those we both think whatever the hell we think.
Because in Doan's island, they have to crash the white base actually crashes in the water. No, that happens before that. Rambaral is following them over the water, and they crash the.
We assure you, dear viewer, we did watch the entire show and a movie.
Yeah.
It's just a lot that we watch together, and it's hard to keep it all in our head.
In fact, Miura has to crash the white base on the shore of an island, right, to protect it from the attack from.
Once again, I think you're wrong. I think you're thinking about a different part of the show, and the problem is that, again, I do not remember enough to debate when certain things happened. So I think I'm just going to leave it be. We both think different things. Hopefully the movie something will happen and one of us will go, I told you. And then the other one will go, don't argue, just watch the show. Anyway, I think let's go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Not the sunrise bouncing ball logo. Oh, it's a mountain.
Mount Fuji, right?
Well, there are more mountains available.
Yes, I know, but usually it's, now it's sunrise.
In case you didn't know.
1979, yeah.
I have to think this is before. General models. I don't know when they were first put out there, so I wouldn't. Man, I love the origin art style. I wish they'd reanimate the whole show this way. That's how I used to play Gundam Evolution. So now I throw a healing thing down at my feet just in case. I don't know how the visor looked so panicked, even though it has no emotion to it whatsoever. This time he didn't even kick anybody. Do you think possibly those are our two pilots and they survived, and this is the way we're redoing that?
I guess so.
They've got to flash back though for us. We got to know the backstory of Doan movie version.
Yeah.
Rather than just showing us him defending the island. Three years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Pretty recent.
More recent than Origin.
Las Palmas. Spain? Or
I would think Brazil. Well, I don't know where they're supposed to be.
La Grampa.
Wow, this is one of those changes.
Yeah.
Because it feels like we're going here on purpose now. So the white base was commissioned on November 7th? So I'm reading the paperwork in the background.
Yeah.
You didn't even die for it.
Yeah.
しかし状況は日々変わってきているんだ。早い話、君が届けたあのプロトタイプモビルスーツガンダムにしたところでだね。ジムの量産化が軌道に乗った現在では単なる一個体に過ぎない。ならばこの任務も別の部隊に。軍隊は大変。
I mean, also you just said that they killed 2 GMs, so
yeah.
独立した戦力は個々の目的に即応しやすい。
Also, I don't remember Bright ever wearing a blue.
Well, we don't know what he's wearing this day to day. There's been plenty of scenes where we haven't seen Bright. Don't like that guy, but
No, this guy's an asshole.
Literally had a pinhead.
Oh, it's a much bigger. Well, I guess there is a bigger crew. Oh, okay. So they're in the Atlantic then. The Canary Islands.
So yeah, we
Explains
saw that.
Yeah. I thought it was over the Pacific though.
That's why I said they're doing a different thing. Because the path that they're on doesn't make any sense from any of the paths that we've seen them go through the show. They should be over Asia right now.
Slagger is also here?
Is he?
Yeah, he mentions Lieutenant Slagger, yeah.
Oh yeah, that would make sense, because they should be in Brazil right now, like I said before. And they're going across the Atlantic, and then they have to go by Doan's Island. Which is the wrong direction, but whatever.
Also, he's a much of a hard-ass.
I was thinking about deserting in a couple of episodes. Don't worry, not too far from now. All I'll expect is special treatment.
Jump.
I do enjoy all of Kai's crew getting reanimated again. I was being sexist to you like 5 episodes ago.
Oh, now he's a lieutenant commander? Wow. It makes sense that he's a commander of a ship, but still.
軍が撤退した後にあえて残して破壊諜報活動なんかをやらせるもの。はあ、やだね、そんな役。総長殿。
Would it be though?
嫌な雲が出てきましたよ。
If you're supposed to be like a spy or something, you could literally just live out your days, do whatever the fuck you want. You have like no real overhead but to replace or to report back. Well, it depends on your mission. You're talking about being activated, as though you were in that position. I'm talking about like spy work, not like infiltration or demolitions or anything. You've already punched and slapped him like 3 to 4 times. What is Mirai's relationship to anybody right now if Slegger is already in the loop?
I guess to explain why their relationship ends up where it is. I guess if he's still there.
Okay.
And the choice to bring Job John with us. Yeah, how does Doan beat an entire white base away team? Rather than just Amuro.
Updated graphics.
Well, yeah, again, this is post-origin. Alright, Kai, connoisseur of white lighthouses. I legit would never want to be in one of these things. Floating coffins.
Yeah.
But landing next to the other destroyed thing that you're flying?
Yeah. RX-7802.
And I was looking at the differences between the art on that and the art in our overlay. Our overlay doesn't have the W, it has the WB, it doesn't have the 102 next to it. See? Were you hungry for lighthouses? What was that?
Yeah, what the hell was that all about?
Guy's like, a lighthouse. If there's any ladies there, I want to do them.
That's kind of gross.
I don't know. Maybe the change up here is that Maharu was at the lighthouse. I don't.
Also, yeah, no forest, no nothing.
And again, this isn't Amuro in the core fighter. This is Amuro in the Gundam. The kids attacking? Yep. Not with Molotov cocktails, though, like last time. Huh, that's supposed to be the same girl. She doesn't have her green hair anymore. They had some arms, so they're hitting the crotch of the gun cannon. technically didn't sign up for anything.
ザクの足跡だ。変だな。この先は。
The water, maybe?
Well, it's a waterfall in the show, so.
じゃないのか。やっぱり行き止まりだ。ここまで来て一体何を。
Bigfoot. I knew it. Except the Gundam has thrusters on it.
Yeah. And there goes the beam rifle.
I like the wear and tear on it. The Zaku, I mean. Oh, here comes the ultimate weapon.
Gonna be shocked by this point.
Yeah,
This happens all the time.
Lost unlimited shields already. Especially not pulling out both beam sabers. We know the Gundam's gotta lose. Because we gotta get Amuro out of the cockpit so he can learn lessons. Help, I'm under attack.
いたのはクソガキどもばっか。無人島なんかじゃねえよ。介護長、アムロと連絡が取れない。俺もだよ。あいつに繋がんねえ。アムロ準尉と連絡が取れない。はい、さっきから。こっちも。
How far away are they? That you can't see the storm clouds on the horizon, which means that they're at least a horizon away. Yeah, here he is.
Drunk.
Or hopping where? Yeah, that must mean they are stationed at a base somewhere.
I think they're still back in Las Palmas. They said they got Perio by itself.
And that's how you isolate Amuro. So it's basically the same thing. Core fighter goes down. So this time it's the whole ass Gundam.
I don't think Wright would give that kind of order.
Well, it might be that he's trying to save the gun cannon and not lose both.
Yeah, true.
So that's what he's apparently sending Slegger out to look for Amuro. Which I guess, you know, lose a core fighter instead of the gun cannon and a gun parry. I guess Kid's Nightmare? Or Amuro's nightmare, huh? Yeah, Amuro's a kid. I'm gonna take this as a win.
That's her mother.
I told you it was gonna come up. That's more direct.
Okay, that seems out of place.
No.
Because
see, nope. We're in order. This is chronological order.
No. That looks like crazy.
No, that was home Tem, and now that was Tem who's about to get sucked out of a hole in side 7.
Yeah, but that hasn't happened yet. That's the thing.
That has happened.
No, Doan's family is still on Earth. That happens when he goes to side 3. When he sees his dad, it goes crazy.
I'm telling you, what you're talking about is wrong. That hasn't happened yet. That was home Tem.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't happen here.
That's not side 6 Tem. That's home Tem. That is side 7 Tem. Yes, it was. That's what we're talking about.
I think his dad was just less agitated. He was just like,
no, because we're over-exaggerated Amuro brain thing. This is all fucking dreams, nightmares. His mother didn't say, "You're not my fucking son," or whatever the hell she says there. She was a lot more subtle about it. This is all in his head. Sorry, I was getting super hyper because I was trying to finish it so we could see more of the scene. Then I had to talk over it anyway. Because we wouldn't know he was drinking unless he saw his Adam's apple bopping up and down. So instead of hiding the core fighter from him, they hid the entire Gundam.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's gonna be a lot more kids for the board.
Yeah. Most of them with Spanish first names, so. I mean, they're not going to lock the door. You can just walk out of that hole that's in the back. So locking the door would be useless. Ever seen a goat?
You might not have. These are people that were scared by lightning.
Younger Doan, I guess?
Yeah.
Slightly younger?
I mean, the thing about Doan is I don't think his age ever actually mattered.
Yeah.
The only aspects about Doan that really matter is what he did and what he's doing. A lot more kids.
Some are older than others, yeah. Like, all the kids were, like, the same age back then.
But really, I don't think the reason that he saved Amuro is that Amuro's really not that much older than the rest of the kids. So he didn't really... Oh, green hair, there she is.
Yeah.
Alright, you can fight 30 kids or Joan. Pick one. Walk away like Frau walks away from you.
ドアン、あの子。
放っておけ。
もう夕方になるのに。
Hey, you're trekking across an island without any water. This island barely has any trees. So yeah, you're an idiot. And you're wounded. New type or not, you're gonna be dehydrated by the time you find anything.
Well, he wasn't displaying like new type shit back then.
Yeah, no.
Well, barely. He was barely displaying new type shit back then. Plus, he's not the kind of new type that Char is. Char who's like superhuman in ability. Because that's what Origin showed us. He excelled in like every sport. He was the first in every physical ability. Amuro can't put on pants.
Oh, he's wearing his pants now. The suit.
Yeah, because he got forced into the military. Well, first place I thought to look was the giant crater. They didn't put it there.
That's a lot of kids. Ice cream? They have an ice cream making machine? Or they're making it by hand?
Well, they've got a goat. So they've got milk.
Yeah.
Also, they gotta have been here for a couple of years to have this kind of stock of food. Well, that can't be right, though.
No, they wouldn't.
Because this is the 1-year war. So they couldn't have been here for years. So I guess maybe they're... Maybe he brought like a bunch of supplies with him?
Maybe he has a boat or something that he goes and buys supplies in a nearby island.
Well, the idea is that they were farming. But you need more than 1 year to grow anything because it's a seasonal thing. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me where the food's coming from. Because also they would have grown all that wheat and then they'd have to make that into bread, which means they have another like facility to grind it all and then combine it up and then cook it. So much infrastructure.
They seem to be breaking rocks in order to clear the land. So.
I mean, Kai only wandered onto like one small field that was the size of a gun cannon foot. Betrayed by his stomach. Oh, so now they're gonna make a romance out of this? No, they were friendly together in the show.
Yeah. He's gonna try to fix the generator like what happened in Macross Zero?
I mean, it might help people find him, but they know where he's at, sort of, the island.
Oh, a Xeon marked cup.
いくつになるんだ
He pilots a Zaku. This is not a surprise.
Yeah, it was like.
魚でっけえの釣ってやるよこんなのお前がかよ無理無理そうだよこないだだってこん
Lost in pieces, bottle cap, and a rock.
うっせお前らよりうめえしできたはい美味しいケーキですよ食べれるケーキがいいお祝い何が欲しいのフリアン
Well, I mean, you're of the age. You could be eating crayons right now, so.
いいなそれ電気かまたかよいいじゃん当たりつくといいね
Yeah, but they don't have any fuel.
そした
No,
ら
that
ブラッ
that
クミルクでアイスクリームも作れるかも
That's what I said.
そればっかだなお前
But what would you sweeten it with?
それは難しいな
なんでいいでしょ
カラ
おかえりからおかえりただいまさ入って
どこまで行ってたんだ
大すり鉢まで行ったって
へえ
Big すり鉢。
頑張ったな
座って
Probably the name of the crater.
Yeah.
うわ何もないぜこんなところに行ったっておいアマド仕方ないだろいいからお前の席に戻れやだカーラそんなやつに食べ物をあげるの働かないものは食べちゃダメなんだよ
遠慮するな明日から働いてもらうさ
ありがとう
Lisa, could I have some more? More? You want more?
君名前は
アムロレイです
アムロ君か俺はドアンだ
Don't worry about my first name. Nobody can pronounce it.
マルコスズボンを貸してやれ
はあ
I'm literally wearing pants. I don't need more pants. Don't know what that was supposed to mean.
しょうがねえなさあみんなそろそろ歯磨きして寝るのよその前にドアンと明日の約束をしましょ
I wonder if they're gonna introduce the Xeon forces that show up later. Like, give them a motivation or something.
わがままを言いません部屋はきれいに使います寂しくなっても泣きませんありがとうククルスドアン
It's like the opening of the show. You know, they're all doing that, reaching into the air and that thing.
Reaching to the light.
Belfast.
Belfast.
Kind of looks like the dock where they go to with the spy.
Yeah.
Remember, Elren, keep all the shit I'm telling you a secret. Don't tell anyone. Danzig, I love that band.
ここにはホワイトベースを呼ぶつもりだ。ホワイトベースですか？木馬だよ、例の。
As you know it, Elren.
彼らはやはりそばに置いて働かせたいのでね。
北方軍へ編入？何ですかそれは？軍の最高機関の決定だ。とにかく機関は直ちにベルファストに向かわれたし。アレグランサ島の暫敵総統という任務はどうなるんですか？それは
Who are those pictures of in the background?
脱
That's your family. Maybe that's your mom and dad.
Yeah.
Who's the one on the...
I guess so.
Maybe him graduating from the academy? But did he ever do that? There's one of him in like a white uniform above his like left shoulder.
Yeah.
Or when he was facing the other direction. Appointment orders. That must have been the November
There you
7th
go.
thing. Even my dad doesn't hit me.
Damn. He took him out to the ground, basically.
I'd hit him harder. Oh, don't worry, he will. That's coming up. So again, I love the attention to detail, that the stuff in the background you can read. I guess also for the sake of continuity, if they cut episode 15 from the show, which they did,
Yeah.
you can put it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they just choose to put it somewhere else. So it's not even a break of continuity. We just forget that we saw episode 15. In this case, the episode 15 that we saw is the one that's breaking from continuity. Ah, don't worry. I'm going to dessert, and they're not even going to think about it. It's fine. This is different.
Isn't that Gop?
It is Gop. But Gop's an asshole too. Remember, Gop is like, let's continue fighting, just make sure it's clean war. Calmly, it's a private communication. Would you laugh if I told you I had a nuke? Hypothetically. How's this New York when we know it's New York? I have, in fact. I think you're thinking of Gurren.
それはパレの配下が命令を実行しなかったからです。しかし、私の部下にそのような不届き者は一人もいない。私としてもこれ以上の文明の破壊は望まない。賢明なご判断を期待しています。
Gop is an asshole. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that back during Origin, during the Antarctic Treaty Conference, where he's like, you can keep fighting, just make sure it's a clean war. Again, though, I do enjoy that they're giving motivation to these people. Everyone gets a beam saber. Apparently now Zaku's too get beam sabers.
I think that's an axe, not a...
No, that was a beam saber. See? Double-handed them.
No, that's a heat blade, basically, not a beam saber. It has a backing, a metal backing.
Okay, now I do. Never mind.
Yeah.
The way he was holding them, like, it's really hard to see it when it's head on. I was about to say that wouldn't do anything. Shot him in the head. I guess these are gonna be people who show up later on the island.
Yeah. People who are willing to destroy entire cities to stop the Federation from...
Okay, okay, so you've stated their negative quality, but it's good to also see Zaku pilots that are competent, at least. You take the good, you take the bad. These people are just begging for, like, shock to the Gundam that makes them bite their own tongues off. Oh, tattoo. He doesn't have a little lizard crawling up his face. So the brown Southern Cross. Found him. Found Waldo. Oh, she's gonna die. She's gonna die.
I think they're all gonna die.
Well, probably, but you know, she's gonna die first to make one of the other guys pissed off and go do something stupid, and then. Okay, so he was one of their troops before. Oh, ex-girlfriend.
Ooh, so yeah, he's part of the.
Also, I'm not in the head. This doesn't mean anything.
Oh, he was a commander.
I love when I say my own name to imply that I'm important. Me! Zeta! That's exactly what I asked for. I said I hope we get, like, something with the Zeon side to imply why everything's happening. Even as a kid, being afraid of, like, dark space and everything, I can't see being afraid of a dark space that's filled with, like, everybody I know. That would be, like, the most safe dark space that there could be.
Yeah, but I think he's part of the dark because they're all war orphans, and that's probably when he lost his parents.
I don't know.
Yeah, PTSD. It's not fear of the dark.
No. I was literally watching scenes from Witch from Mercury where they have, like, the war, they're exposing the war and stuff, and it's always battlefield conditions. It's never, like, dark. It's fire everywhere. And, yeah, you know, it's never dark in your war orphan scenario. It's the fire and the sound and everything. See, I appreciate it's not as black and white as make sure there's no survivors, kill the kids. It's like a step a little bit over the edge, I feel like. Well, that's what it was in the show. They were after him because he wouldn't kill the kids. I guess he's a coffee drinker?
Yeah, so.
Well, like there was a cream cup. Because I don't know what else that would be if it was like tea or something. Yeah.
I mean, they still be orphans.
I guess he doesn't think Zeon's gonna win. Because if the war is over and Zeon wins, it's not gonna be comfortable for you. You're a deserter. I don't know, I feel like the end of dinner thing was supposed to be teaching you how to take care of yourselves and not have to lean on him. Because, like, I feel like he doesn't think he's going to be around forever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but they're kids and they depend on him as a father figure, right? So just because you're being taught how to do your own thing doesn't mean that you're not going to want him around.
No way, Jose.
いいぞ持っていけ。遊んで
ちゃダメよ。水は大切に使うの。やっと起きてきた。朝寝坊だな。
ごちそうさま。
昨日はよく寝られたか？
Well, that's one thing that didn't exist in the episode. A jealous love interest for the girl. He's very clearly getting jealous, even though there's nothing going on here.
Yeah. It's volcanic, yeah. So that being said, it can. You have to peel away the rocks, but it will yield.
大したものだよ。自然の力は。
またひっくり返されたの？ロペがさ、いいか、ちゃんと押さえてろよ。
It's a little kid, come on.
They're all little kids.
Yeah, but he's like the littlest of kids, and when she kicks, you been kicked by a goat?
Oh, neither did he. I mean, also, why did you take him off of her? Why'd you take her off of the leash to milk her?
じゃあやっぱりヤギさん係だな。
ヤギさん係いいな。私やろうかな。マテオに代わって。私もやりたい。やだよ。ヤギさん係は僕だよ。
あ、今度はマテオが泣いてら。
絞り方が悪いんじゃないのか。いいか、指はこう当てて、人差し指から順番に優しく力を入れる。こうだ。やってごらん。そうだ。それから順番に。そうそう。最後に薬。
You ever milked anything before?
You know.
I've milked a cow before.
My grandfather had a milk farm for a while, but I never. It was closed before I
think I did it on like a field trip for school or something. Went to a farm, and we milked cows there.
Did it whole 4-H thing?
I don't remember.
No.
It was like only a very specific school that I went to, so it's also one we went camping, all that kind of shit. There's no one in my family. My family up north has a horse ranch where they race horses, go to competitions and whatnot. Ironically, I also have family up north that has a tobacco farm. So.
見つからないようなら早めに帰ってこい。暗くならないうちに。
そんなに簡単に見つかるもんか。ありがとう。
Look behind a waterfall.
Yeah, this version, everybody's exaggerated. Not the kids, I get the kids, but everyone else, bright, well, Kai not so much, but everyone else seems to be very exaggerated.
I don't know, seems the same to me.
そいつは残念だったな。せっかくカナリア諸島名産の蜂蜜アイス買ってきたんだけど、溶けちゃう。
Honey ice cream? Blech. There is ice cream though, right?
Yeah.
I didn't lose, right? At least a win in here.
モビルスーツ3機で出る。介護長と隼人兵長。
注意さんは?
Yeah, because they told him, try and find him.
Yeah.
So I guess unofficial order. Off the record.
それよ。コアブースターってのがあったな。
コアブースターの総集？え、できますわよ。
だったらその相談なんだがね。あんたの背中に。
I think Slugger is the proof of the. Time for somebody else to get slapped. Slugger is the proof against your supposition that everyone's exaggerated. This is down to earth, good Slugger. The show version of Slugger was the exaggerated one.
We didn't get it. Yeah, we didn't get that Slugger one.
Well, I mean, I like this Slugger so far. He's the good one.
Yeah.
Gundam のだ.
I'm thinking that's not where you had the fight because the ground isn't all broken up. Also, there'd be footprints all over the place from where you two grappled. Also, sudden vegetation that wasn't here in the pan bag.
No, there was. It's just that it was very small compared to what the Gundam is. Like you have, this is that brush. There's no.
I'm talking about the pan
like
back
that.
of him, not pan back of when the Gundam was here.
Look all the footprints.
The guy who routinely climbs 13 meters up into the air is a fear of heights. I don't know anybody that would call that a squall.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'd probably use more to like the roof system and everything like that, and they did. Thank God, I've had this itch for like the last couple of weeks. I mean, not for nothing. They could just, you know, boil seawater.
No.
No, that's what you do.
Boiling seawater alone.
You boil the seawater and you let it evaporate down in containers. It's the same way that you... That's survivalist training. You don't drink the thing that you boiled, you drink the evaporation.
井戸からの水が出ないの。
え？本当だ。変だな。
Well, thank God Amuro's an engineer, because it's so very clearly what we're working towards right now.
ドア来てよ。水が出なくなっちゃった。
水もう出ないの？なくなっちゃったの？明日フリアンの誕生日なのに。誕生日できないのやだ。
それどころじゃないだろ。
やだ。心配ないってフリアン。お水飲めないの？
どうしたの？
I feel like they telegraphed this one a mile away.
Yeah.
What's the one thing we know about Amuro?
雨の水を飲んじゃいけないの。お腹壊すでしょ？
そっか。
パイプが外れたんだな。修理に行こう、マルコス。
The planet has been heavily polluted by so much shit.
Yeah.
Also, that element of origin where, like, North Africa is unlivable for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Some could be up.
ダメだな。モーター音は聞こえているんだが、途中の岩の間が狭くなって抜けられない。お前の体なら通り抜けられるかもしれん。
I wouldn't get into that hole. No. There's no way he can convince me to get into that hole.
That's pretty big. It might be like too small for him, but it might be a lot of room for someone young adult size. Like, I don't think we're talking about those so tight he has to hold in his breath to keep moving forwards kind of holes. That's a no-go for me. But if I'm like able to like do push-ups in it, yeah, I can go in there. Yeah, clearly it must not be that tight if you can go down feet first. Because if you have to go down so tight to you need to operate on something, you have to go in head first.
I mentioned a fear of heights and fear of tight spaces would.
Well, I'm also talking about a me that was 80 pounds less than I am now. I guess they ironically watered down Amuro's skill too. I thought he was gonna have to do some work on like a motor or an engine or you know something like that, not tape a pipe together. Also, that was a tiny little hose for this pipe that gets real big this far in. So where'd he get all the tubing from? To take like parts of his Zaku apart or something, or
I think he probably was already here. I mean, if you have a lighthouse that was manned by somebody, they would need the infrastructure to keep it going.
It's an abandoned lighthouse, apparently, though.
Yeah, but at some point, you know. Otherwise, it would have been an automated lighthouse.
I think I'm more likely to think that he took parts from like the general model or the gun parry that he blew up.
昨日も夜遅かったようだし、お仕事そんなに大変なの？
大したことないさ。もう少しで終わるから心配しなくて大丈夫だ。
あ、ドア行ってらっしゃい。今夜は僕の誕生日パーティーだからね。
I really gotta find that dentist. Sorry, that kid's one tooth. I don't know if it's because he lost all his baby teeth or... Does Marcos know where the Gundam is?
Not exactly where the same place that the Saku is.
No, I mean, and Marcos could be running. Well, I guess he could be running for a Saku too, but he could be investigating Gundam now that Doan's gone. I bet Doan just buried my Gundam under all that rock that's down there at the end of the cliff. So I'm going down to check. We're actually not terribly invested in you not getting your weapon of war back.
Yeah.
I mean, unless the rocks that it's buried under are only large enough that a Saku could pick them up. Part of me would love if the Zaku was just like covered in mud, like from Predator, just up against the base.
Oh, he wants to know where it is, I think. Marcus doesn't know.
Pretty sure he knows. He wasn't exactly following the boat the whole way. He was like, kept meeting the boat up in specific areas. What are you shocked about? They're robots. It's not human bodies you're finding.
Yeah, but there were people inside those machines.
They're not now, assumedly. And then he found Birdman.
Yeah,
the one thing we know about Amuro is how he's good at rock climbing.
Also, rappelling, you don't want to take that big of a jump because you're gonna break your legs if you hit that wall.
Well, preferably you'd also like to run the rope. Well, I guess he is have it around his belt. Never mind. I was gonna call him out on it, but
oh, he has it across his chest.
No, you see his belt. He has the rope going around his belt loops too, and his Well, you can't see it now, rappelling. But like you'd want that there because you wouldn't want to just be holding the rope and then rope burn, dead.
Well, actually, you need a second hand in order to do like a break. So
I think that's what he was doing with his belt.
Yeah.
Because he also had the clip there on the edge of his belt that was going through it.
Yeah.
It's a former Xeon base.
Gundam はここにあるんですね。僕のものです。返してください。
That's the problem, though, Amuro. It's not actually yours.
そうです。サイドセブンからずっと。
信じられなかった。連邦の白いやつ。どれほどのジオンの戦士がそいつに葬られたか知れないのに。
Like you said, the only reason Amuro survived is he's a young adult.
Yeah. Ouch, that's a...
But I'm just finding Amuro's little micro dodges funny to watch. Marcus not like missing all the time. Amuro's just like head bop, head bop, head bop.
俺には大事な仕事がある。二人とも帰れ。帰れ。
I don't work for you, old man.
Yeah. Is he repairing?
Radiation symbol. So
well, that's not a radiation symbol. That's a no admittance symbol. I didn't see a
above it,
symbol.
above the no admittance sign, was the 3 radiation symbol thing.
Nuclear reactor.
Or a missile.
A missile.
Maybe they're gonna say McQueen got his missile from here. You think maybe he's gonna try and trade the children's safety for a nuke? EAM. I don't know what that stands for. Emergency Action M. I didn't see the M.
ミノフスキー粒子の対流が原因かと。そうではあるまい。更新を妨害している。
Oh, he stopped the signal from activating the missile, I guess.
我が軍が統治に残した残地調査は幾度も連邦軍の索敵活動を。
Oh.
So Don't still works for them? He's not on a. Well, no, we already covered he abandoned post. So how was he? Oh, he took out the person that was there before. I have to
probably.
ポイント C8 の更新が途絶している。妨害者がいると思われる。これを排除し、速やかに機能を復活させ、手動操作により発射せよ。以上。
Ballistic missile base.
つまらん。クソ任務だな。そうかな、ダナン伍長。その妨害者がもしも。もしもなんだ、ウォルド・チュイ。
Sorry, are you like Dozel's son? Who the fuck are you?
ドアンがそこに？
まさか。待てよ。いや、考えられないことも。いやドアンがいるって最高だぜ。
Those 3 in the upper right corner kind of look like the guys from Time Be Still. Them. The guy who just fell into. I take it back. I don't think she's gonna die. I think she's gonna join him at the end and they're gonna have like a family or some shit with all these kids.
I guess you're not as strong as you think you are.
Well, also it's harder to climb up the than to climb down it.
Yeah, but he seems to be scared of heights. That's why he's like, oh, it's so hard. So there's going to be a clash between these guys and this other team. So it's going to be a big battle.
It's not really that big. It's going to be 2 bubble suits versus their 6.
No, it's going to be Kai and everybody else is also going to the island, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, no, but they're only bringing Core Fighter and I think it's it.
And 2 mobile suits. A GM and the gun cannon.
Are we in movie universe where the gun tank doesn't exist anymore?
Hey, why are they bringing the kids into this?
Why are they bringing the Haru? Why does Haru just say his own name, Pokemon style?
エビル将軍がそうだそうか、そういうことだったのか。今なんと艦長。いや、はい、すぐに出航します。
続いてコアブースター発進準備。パイロットはまだ
お待たせ。
セイラさん、スレッガー注意が乗るんじゃ。
おうよ、俺が乗るんだ。これでな。
いやらしいことなさらないで。
Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this works. Oh, right. We've seen this before. Actually, we've seen it on units.
あ、なんだといつも少尉。はい。ジャイロが不調だ。気づかなかったのか。いえ、は
So there's like a dollar sign on his GM's crotch?
点検急げ。時間がないんだ。CIC 機関調整中だ。発信遅れる。機関室ジャイロ復旧はまだか。バカモン、何をやってる。何、シンクロモーターもダメか。
He's just talking to nobody. He's just making a big show of it.
I'm just waiting until this other guy fucking hangs up.
Yeah.
ということです。残念ながら本艦は当分出港できません。
You know, if this guy was in like another read, you'd be like, court martial, you're court martial for this.
いいえ、別に。
艦長、モロッコ方面に大型機の機影接近中です。何？ファットアンクル。あ、他にも。進路はカナリア諸島方面、アリブランサ島に向かっているのかも。
Why does that sound so familiar?
What?
Fat uncle.
Yeah, because we've seen it before.
Yeah, no, where? I can't remember. You're not helping me here. Where do you remember Fat Uncle from?
I think it's from Odessa, from the Battle of Odessa.
Oh, that's why. It's just the name of a transport. It's not like any specific unit or anything. It's just
no. It's a big.
It's like a gun parry. It's just the name of a transport.
Oh, solar panels, yeah.
For this place that's barely ever in sunlight. I want to say over half the time we've been here, it's been massive cloud cover.
I mean, it's supposed to have a battery, so it's if it recharges a battery with the.
It's literally a thunderstorm outside, complete cloud cover.
Yeah, but he just installed the battery. You hook up the battery.
The battery gets charged by the solar panels. So, assumedly, if you kept this thing hooked up all the time, it would be drained. My point is that if it's cloud cover all the time, this thing should have no power in it.
No, it should be sunny pretty often. It doesn't take that much. And even with cloud cover, you're gonna have recharge. You're still gonna have a charge. You'll have less of a charge, but it's a charge. It's not.
It's complete cover. It's complete cover because the idea of solar panels is actually powered by heat. It's a heat generated response. So if you're complete cover, you're not getting that energy from the sun.
This is the tropics. You're gonna get some coverage.
My point was that over half the time we've been here, you're making an argument out of just an observation. It's complete cloud cover.
Oh no. He's like, don't turn off that light.
Well, we already discussed this before about why you wouldn't have it on. Also, there might be an element of the lighthouse is actually just a signal for the Xeon forces that there's an emergency.
No, I think this predates the Xeon. You know?
No, I'm talking about the former officer that was here. Turn on the lighthouse if there's an emergency and we'll know.
But
kind of like the balloon messages from the show. Something nondescript that you can do to signal that there's an emergency at your location. Because no one's going to question why is the lighthouse on.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. Well, you didn't tell him why not to do it. I don't know what they brought the kids with.
Because the voice actors need to get paid.
I guess.
Oh, so give Doan a reason not to destroy it. He's not going to destroy a thing if there's kids on board. Time to kill all my friends.
I don't think Doan's gonna make it out of this one.
Very well. Made it through the show.
Yeah, but remember, they change a lot of the things from the show, so.
I already told you my thought. My thought is that Doan and that woman are gonna make it through, and then they're gonna raise all these kids. Dude, all I do is fight for kids, apparently.
Why would you have to fight the other?
Also, why are you letting Marco on the boat? Because all Marco's gonna do when you get there is want to pilot the white mobile suit. I think Marco might die. Because legit, I have no idea why they're bringing Marco with them. Once he gets there, what's he gonna do? He's gonna get the boat and he's gonna go a different direction, and then I feel like he's gonna get attacked. Also, conceivably, these things can operate in space, so a little bit of water isn't going to hurt them.
Wow, that's more maneuverable than it was in the original, I'll tell you that much.
But just as destructible.
Yeah.
And with a complete absence of ejection.
I
don't know that Amuro can swim, actually.
I mean, there were lakes and stuff in the Site 7 that were playing.
Literally,
the water.
we saw them floating on little floaties, and otherwise standing in knee-high water in Origin.
Maybe not be a good swimmer, but
I'm just saying this is the first time we've ever seen them swim. I was just about to say, we have no idea what his lung capacity would even be. We've never seen him hold his breath. Oh, do the mouth-to-mouth kiss from across Zero.
Yes, he did. So now Marco is the one who's gonna take the...
No. I don't know if I appreciate the fact that Doan just didn't even stop or pause. Maybe consideration that Marco may have tried to kill this kid instead of saving him like he actually is. Now, should I consider Hayato and Kai to be veterans at this point? To stand up to these actual Xenon veterans? Yeah, what is that logo on his crotch? Maybe it's that medical logo with the snake around the pole? Can't remember what it's called. Starts with M, I think.
Oh, great. He lost his head.
So much for the big fight where you thought they were all going to be part of this.
Yeah.
I guess Doan is supposed to be such a badass, he's going to be able to take them all out. Just tell me to be quiet. You just tell me to be quiet. That would work too.
Okay, now I think Marco's getting killed trying to stop this guy.
That's what I said. Why didn't I say this? I said Marco was going to get killed. The only reason I could think he would be here.
Cucuruz Doan? いやー、マジかよ。こんなところで会えるとはな。逃がすか。すげえな。高機動作と張り合えるってか。
I guess technically this is kind of Mobile Suit Martial Arts. We already know he's pretty agile because he was dodging all those beam saber hits.
No, so much for him. I guess he just had a death wish. That guy just had a death.
I mean, I guess. I don't know what the point was. I wonder, are we gonna see? It's got the name of the fight.
Odessa?
Yeah, we're gonna see Odessa? Because none of this actually matters unless the fight at Odessa happens and then McQueeve orders the missiles to launch.
I think this is a missile launch from Odessa.
No, because he threatened. He didn't say it was gonna happen yet. He has to still order the launch.
I think he did.
No,
because I think the forces are continuing force.
It's either this is their only missile base and it's going to launch all of them, or this is just one missile and they've already nuked everything else. Also, this should only contain the stuff related to the island. Odessa should still happen on its own.
Yeah, they were moving to Gibraltar, I guess, to attack Odessa. That's the whole thing that they're moving forces.
I'm saying this replaces episode 15. This shouldn't replace everything else. And so in that context, when McQueeve loses Odessa and goes to launch the nukes, this should stop all the other nukes that he should be trying to launch.
And that's the last thing you'll ever see.
Follow that one if you can.
No, I think he just went for the cockpit. There's no cockpit for him to pilot anymore.
I know, that was the joke.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's gonna get stepped on.
Yeah, I guess you could put the beam saber down in the hallway hole and just turn it on, all the way through. Come on, we clearly saw him go in the hallway.
Yeah, but you got Emerald. You got to stop the bomb. Somebody's got to stop the bomb.
Well, no, I don't know. I think Doan can turn it off. But again, I don't.
Oh, it's activated. He activated manually.
It's ready to receive information. It's ready to receive it launch.
It already received it.
It's going towards ready. Look, we're gonna keep arguing about this. We're gonna miss the whole show. We disagree with each other. We'll wait and see what happens. Also, not a show; it's a movie. Well, looks like I was wrong on that one.
He did kill her.
That's what I'm saying. I thought they were going to wind up together.
Nope.
That's why I said
Not
I was
like
wrong.
that.
Actually, I was right. My first thought was that she was going to die and motivate somebody else. See, this is the PTSD for the kids. Not the dark. The actual shit that revolves around their fighting. Well, because none of their horror comes from the dark. Their horror is literally fires and explosions and shit. This is also the second Gundam goat that I'm aware of. Like, technically this came out first. Which from Mercury, like a year later, also has goats.
Oh, come on, kid. Don't...
He promised, man. What? He promised. It's the other kids I blame.
He's seen the jumping code. He's like, what the hell?
The kids that attacked him last time. It's your one thing, Hayato. Oh, wait. Yep. Okay, well, I thought Hayato was about to get kicked in the head. I'm just saying, Hayato went into, like, judo mode. Hayato went into judo mode, his one thing, and completely failed.
Okay, that's kind of gross, but sure. She's a kid, she doesn't know any better.
Thanks woe be to any of the kids that may have stayed behind. Well, actually, that other little kid just said the name Amuro, and I'm repeating it back to you. I mean, I do know Amuro. Like, you were here for the whole conversation. You'd think you'd know. Whoops, fell into a volcano.
Oh my god. Okay, this is just so contrived to put the kids in danger so that Doan sacrifice himself for them.
I don't think Doan's gonna die.
Doan's gonna die.
He didn't die at the end of the show, so I don't think he's gonna die here.
Yeah, they're going for the crater. Of course they're gonna die.
I'll die. I don't think the message of the episode is going to change just because it's a movie.
The same message. He's sacrificing himself for them.
He didn't sacrifice himself in the show. The idea is that yeah, I'm saying he's going to stay behind and take care of them. I think it's going to be the same message, just a different story around it. I really do like the giant ass machete energy weapon. Now see, that one doesn't have anything behind it. That one's not the machete. That's literally a beam saber. See? That's what I thought I saw before. They must have axes, knives, and beam sabers. Okay, Doan, you're stretching here. The Vulcans barely ever do anything.
But he's attracting them. He's
Yes, I'm aware of these tactics. We watched 40-something episodes of it. Also, I'd like to point out that the lighthouse thing was utterly pointless anyway.
Yeah.
These guys were coming before the lighthouse got turned on.
But the idea is never turn it on so that...
No, I get that. I'm just saying it's pointless. It doesn't matter. They were already on their way. See, Amuro's doing double blades. This guy had double blades back in the previous fight. You held onto your little fighter jet things and flew out here. Now you have a problem with heights?
Well, he could fall and...
And what? He fell from the plane into the water.
And give the Gundam an advantage.
Except we've seen these things fight in the water too. It wouldn't be much of an advantage. Also, since he's already lost. I was gonna say, explode so I can finish my thought. He already has an advantage. It's the Gundam.
And now the missile fires. Launch.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Told you.
I don't care. It doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't launch until they lose at Odessa, because that's when he launches the nukes. It's less of a shock that he has a nuke at Odessa if he was already going to launch nukes.
And this is where Doan sacrifices himself.
And preferably, no, obviously not unless he has the ability to fly. Preferably, there should only have been one nuke here. Which it seems there only was anyway. What is it, a Merv?
Yeah.
That dude looks like Tiamat.
Oh, so that's what was he was researching. How to sabotage the missile. Yeah.
Sort of disappointed in that then. Not because it's negative, it's because I was hoping to go back and read what books were on his desk.
サイル消滅。大気圏外で爆発した模様。
月はこっちにあったようだな。
What were you hoping for, Gop?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to give a shit about anybody. No. He's like, I don't care, you know.
I mean, he seems relatively, like, pleased with the situation, but he was also seemed to have been waiting for it to go anyway. I think you mean New York. But they were targeting Chicago? How the fuck would you target Chicago?
私の部下にも文化を愛する者がいたということか。
I don't know why these guys were so scared of him. I mean, I never seen him execute a soldier or anything like that. So they're like, oh my god, we failed. Oh, shit. I'm like,
probably because what would happen if you failed him? Not because he would kill you, he'd send you somewhere worse. You are pretty high. I mean, living a pretty sweet life with McQueen.
Oh, a little jealous?
I told you Doan wasn't gonna die.
Yeah.
He's gotta be here for the kids. I mean, I don't. Maybe there's a manga that's like Doan and the kids or something. It just feels like that's the point, is that you gotta leave him behind on the island with the kids.
Cucuruz Doan. あなたの体に染みついている戦争の匂いが戦いを引き寄
Stop
せるんじゃない
smelling
で
the
しょうか。
Amuro. It's weird.
それを消させてください、ドアン。
Is he gonna kill him or something?
No, he throws the thing into the water.
It's in water, yeah.
Again, it's replacing episode 15. It's not like 100% rewriting it.
I mean, it's kind of dumb because if Operation Odessa happens, nobody's gonna try to come back here for any reason. The missile got launched. There's no more reason to come back here.
Revenge.
For a lone Saku, yeah.
Revenge. It was the motivation. It was the motivation of the show. Is essentially, Doan didn't do his duty. Yeah. Get revenge on Doan.
Yeah. I like this rendition of the mode in guitar mode. Gundam.
If Gundam Evolution was still a game, that's a skin I would have wanted for Azaku.
There's another Saku in the base, so he could get to that one. Still.
No, I think he destroyed that with the sub. I was going to comment on why you just didn't cut it up with your saber thing. It's like, oh, he's destroying the sub at the same time, which I thought was dumb.
Yeah.
So it feels like if you ever needed to evacuate the kids, having a giant sub you could put them all on would have been nice. This is what planes look like.
Technically, you don't.
Kid, you're always scared. Also, isn't it your birthday today? Why
it was, but it got ruined.
Well, no, I think today is his birthday because he was talking about wanting to celebrate it yesterday.
It was last night, so yeah.
Well, the entire day is his birthday. It's not a night. He's talking about yesterday wanting to celebrate his birthday, so I have to think.
White base is more maneuverable in this version too.
No, they're actually crashing. We tried to lift off.
And
Oh
didn't
no,
have
we're
those-
coming back down.
And didn't have those extra wing things in the original.
繰り返す約束にも迷う変わることのない幸せはあるの求める力は何かを壊すかもしれないさあこの手に今時を与えて羽ばたけるように愛がどこかで
Nice ending. Thought Doan was gonna die. The only thing is that the baddies didn't get as much exposition or.
Oh, we got a lot more. We never knew anything about those two guys that landed on the island to fight Doan, and now we know the backstory, what they were doing before they were here, their relationships to Doan himself, why they were here to begin with. I mean, I'm actually sad this is over because it's the only fucking one we're gonna get. This was our last contact with this whole storyline.
Yeah.
You know what? Probably people would hate me for saying shit like this, but every episode a movie. Let's make every episode of Mobile Suit Gundam a movie. Like, if you treat everyone the same way as this one, like, imagine the first episode as a movie.
Yeah.
Include, like, bits from Origin about Amuro growing up there. He's distanced with his dad. The idea that Tam, you include bits of Tam going off to Jaburo to talk to Gop. His relationship at school with Kai. Really develop Kai and his bully gang.
Yeah.
In fact, you would also have to develop Jean, Slender, and the other third guy. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Every episode a movie. 40 years of movies. Let's do it. If not for the
that's
fact
a bit
that
too much.
that's for you. I mean, I wouldn't survive to see it, but I'd still like to be there to try. This is for the fact that the guy who, again, directed this said this was going to be his last one. Like I said, do the whole of Gundam over again in Origin style.
I think the voice actor for Amuro, they have to change that one.
Well,
Things happen.
Char already retired.
Yeah, the voice actor for Char
sorry.
retired.
That's actually a misinterpretation. I can't remember what I was reading. He didn't say that he was retiring.
Oh.
That they just interpreted what he said in that way, and in that way you say something and it spreads across media.
Yeah.
I think it was something that he wasn't doing the role for like one series. Or sorry, now I'm realizing I can't say something because it's spoiler for a thing that we were going to watch but haven't.
Okay.
He's not doing one job and able to have said, "Oh, he must be retiring."
Turns out that it wasn't.
It's a convoluted thing.
I mean, Tamino, I think, is 80 years old right now. Yeah. 70,
Tamino,
80?
I don't think of in the same way as, say, Akira Toriyama. In that, is Dragon Ball really Dragon Ball without Akira Toriyama? I think
I'm sure there could be people,
Gundam, without Tamino.
Certainly, yeah. Sunrise has a bunch of people that would probably do it.
Well, and also well-established, the new thing that's coming out, right, is considered to basically be a fan creation that just got to be animated, and apparently it's doing extremely well. So
it was a doujin. It was a doujin that became a.
Oh, I don't know the source. It's just like, who wrote it, right? So, and they're saying it's like if a fan who really loved the series wrote it, and then they made it into an anime, and apparently it's like the #1 thing over there right now.
Oh, the movie is, yeah, certainly.
Yeah, well, I mean, the movie, it's gonna be a show. There's gonna be a show for it. The movie is just
And they're
what
gonna
comes out first.
Yeah, they're also going to release it in the United States as well. It's going to have a theatrical release.
G-Kids has the right to release it here, and it's going to come out in February, I think I heard. Well, what?
The goat. We got a happy ending, and only the people that needed to die died.
Well, they don't know if they needed to die. One of them clearly did because he wanted to kill Doan.
Yeah. Well, two of them wanted to kill Doan.
Yeah, the other guy. I feel like the other guy wanted to only after they got there. Okay, no, you're right. The other guy did want to too.
And I didn't know what's with the blonde. Apparently, they had something.
Well, remember that Doan used to be the leader of the Southern Cross.
Yeah.
So they had a pre-existing relationship. That's why one of them was over ecstatic to have seen him again.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't believe I'm fighting Doan. And then the other one was the one who was really upset.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. I'm sad now that it's over because this is the last bit of that.
Yeah.
I did not like the nukes thing. And not because I was wrong about it. Maybe that's an element. I don't feel like that's an element. I don't think it makes sense narratively, due to the fact that what I kept saying over and over again is that this does not supplant future episodes. It replaces episode 15. So everything that happens before episode 15 should still happen the way it happened. Everything that happens after episode 15. Obviously, this is replacing episode 15 and also changing where episode 15 falls in the order of events. Because this is
it changes a lot because Slagger joins them.
No, I'm saying this replaces where episode 15 falls. It's no longer episode 15. It's a moving episode. So this happens after Jaburo. Wait, that doesn't make sense, does it? No, that doesn't make sense either. Never mind. I think my point is then nullified by the fact that it happens after Jaburo. Because Jaburo happens after Odessa.
Yeah.
And they are being very clear that they're on their way to Odessa, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point, that they're going to cross the Gibraltar to get their naval forces.
So I guess they must have gone to Newark, California, and then gone straight down to Jaburo, and now they're crossing the Atlantic to go to...
Yeah, because the base they were in is in Spain.
Right, but I'm pointing out how they got Slager, so they must have gone straight to Jaburo and then crossed.
Yeah.
Which is weird then, because you'd think that Char would be following them.
Mm-hmm. No Rambo Rollins like that, yeah.
Well, my point mostly is the fact that it doesn't make sense for McQueeve to want to launch the nukes until he's losing. And that is a preemptive. Especially knowing McQueeve as we do, as he even points out in here, he doesn't want to destroy more culture. That's the reason why Caecilia hired him. He's the one who knows the most about Earth culture.
Yeah.
You know, that one scene where he points out all the fake shit that the Zeons have accumulated.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be really weird that we called out Hitler again. I feel like they really just want to allude to Paris burning.
Oh, I think they want to make sure they remember that the Zeons are, space fascists, basically.
I just don't know that. I feel like they're losing the internet. You can't keep calling out Hitler all the time. Maybe find a different fascist to call out. Or is that the only one that Japan thinks everyone knows?
That, and you got to be careful. Well, technically they weren't. So I guess they can't point the finger at themselves directly, but yeah. I mean, the other one would be Mussolini, but, he doesn't have that kind of terrifying genocidal.
Well, Gundam happens in the future. Could pull back to any point in time. A dictator anywhere in history. They got any Roman ruler.
Yeah, but I think they're going specifically for the fascist genocidal example, right? With all Operation British and all that, and the superiority of the space noise versus the Earth noise. Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I just didn't like the concept of him launching nukes before Odessa, because then when he launches one at Odessa, it doesn't have any impact now. The dude already tried to launch. The dude tried to already launch nukes against everybody in the world. Now what? You're doing one more nuke? So, big deal.
Yeah. Anyway, I really like this movie. I was wrong about Doan dying, but I'm glad he didn't. I mean, it could look like he was, but he wasn't.
Because again, it wouldn't have made any sense if he did. Then what would we do? Take the kids somewhere, and then we'd have to shift off to drop them off somewhere, or it would change things. In the end, I know it doesn't make any sense because they're just changing shit. But I think my rule still stands of whatever existed before continues to be true, and only the stuff that is replaced by new facts is changed.
Yeah.
But there's also a kind of a new thing that's happening, when we watch the compilation movies, and oh, the gun tank was actually never here to begin with. That sort of thing. Yeah. There are certain facts that are kind of immutable or too difficult to change, so we have kind of our own canon to what we're considering reworking here. So, I'm willing to change bits of episode 15. Well, technically episode 15 isn't canon in the canon, so but there's elements of this that you kind of have to figure out how they work their way in, Slager
being better written.
Well, what? Yeah. I'm not even talking about being better written. Just does Slager being here really change anything, or can we just consider Slager's first joining them at Jaburo, and this is an anomaly that we don't even have to worry about? Because Slager doesn't do anything, really, other than, talk to everybody on the ship and allow them to mutiny, essentially. Well, not mutiny. I guess it is technically. It's a mutiny against Gop's second in command, or whatever the fuck that guy was.
Yeah.
So I don't think that changes anything to make us have to worry about Slager. Because all the stuff it does add, like Southern Cross, that's fine. That's just backstory for Doan. Replace the two guys that fought him in episode 15, which is technically not canon or even exist, with all that. I guess the change I would make is I just wouldn't consider the nuke thing to have happened, because that's personal choice. So after this, we start with Igloo, which I guess, have you seen that before?
Yes, I saw the whole thing.
Of course.
The one comment I would say that CGI is
don't
dodgy,
say anything about it. Don't say anything about it at all. It's my comment. I was just asking you from the instance of how far we're going to get before you don't know anything anymore.
I think past Igloo. Well, past MS Team as well. 8th MS Team.
Well, we're going, what? I'm going to say this again on just about every recording. It's something new, so people who are jumping in will know where we're going. Igloo, 8th MS Team after that. Requiem for Vengeance after that.
Haven't seen that one.
War in the Pocket after that. Thunderbolt after that.
No, I haven't seen Thunderbolt.
And then there's one episode of Gundam Evolve after that, and then we're out of the 1 year war.
80, I think, is the next one that goes afterward,
Well, actually, next after that is an episode of Gundam Evolve 11. It's actually, Gundam Evolve episode 11 takes place in 80. And then 83 is Stardust Memory. And then another episode of Gundam Evolve. Gundam Evolve episode 4, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because Gundam Evolve is single episode things, but they're not all Universal Century. I think I told you, I think G Gundam has an episode, or it's either that or Gundam Wing also has Gundam Evolve episodes.
Oh, cool.
So they're just outside of that, what I got here. There's a Gundam Evolve episode 2, 12, and 13 happen in UC 87. Gundam Evolve episode 9 is a UC 88. 10 is an 89. and that's the last Gundam Evolve I have. But there's a bunch of Gundam Evolves. I'm trying to make sure I have everything, so we don't miss something.
Yeah, got it.
All right, well, I guess unless you have any final notes here on the movie.
Like I said, I liked it a lot. The one thing I will say that I didn't like was like, hey, Hayato, Kai, and even Slagger show up, and it's like, outside of shooting down those 2 transports, they were useless. They were comedy relief, right? Yeah, we're gonna go there and do this. No, you're not. Like Slagger, oh, we're gonna crash, and literally he took his head off, head crash against a rock, and
Well,
like,
Slagger
wow.
It motivates the crew to get everything together, because otherwise Kai and Hayato and Sayla and them wouldn't have showed up at the second part.
Yeah, but they showed up, and aside from being essentially cannon fodder for the Silent Cross,
they
didn't
stopped
do
the
much of
goat.
anything. Did they?
Kika and them
The
stopped
goat actually.
Kika stopped the goat,
No,
but Kika wouldn't have been there if not for the fact that they
Yeah.
piloted the gun parry out.
Yeah, but
So who
the
knows what
goat
happened
kicked
to
their
the kids?
asses.
Yeah, well, no, who
Yeah.
knows what happened to the kids if Kika not stopped the goat? Technically,
Yeah.
the goat stopped the goat. Kika just happened to be the reason the goat stopped.
Yeah, like Kika, which I get because Kika is the goat.
Also, again, Hayato had his moment of judo when he failed, which I guess proves that he would not have won the judo tournament or whatever he was up to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So again, there's that element. I keep getting this mixed up in my head with Magic Knight Rayearth. When the Magic Knights get teleported from Earth to Sephiroth, one of their girls has a fencing tournament the next day, and that's her big thing. I gotta get back to my fencing tournament. So I keep thinking about Hayato and how his life has been like ruined, and he had to leave Side 7. I got a judo tournament to go to. And this is his one time, the one time in the entire fucking series that he's had the opportunity to like display his judo, and he goes, goes into the move, and then a goat beats him. So it's like, oh, maybe you weren't actually very good.
The goat beats all 3 of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't blame the other 2. They like weren't even getting into it. Like Hayato goes into, I'm gonna catch this goat, and then the goat beats on all of them. Like the other 2 are just like cannon fodder. Like they didn't mean to be into this, as far as I can tell. I didn't see Kai posing up to catch the goat. It throws Hayato, and then the rest of them. Oh, actually, no, that's what it is. The goat rams Kai, so Kai wasn't there to catch the goat. Kai caught goat. I mean,
he got goated.
So
aside from that, I
mean,
liked it.
I mean, more GOP. Like, it's GOP development that we never got before, really.
But I did find that the characters were a little exaggerated. Everybody in the West, like Bright, was very exaggerated. Everybody was like, ugh. Like, okay, everybody calm down. Chill the fuck up. Everybody tone it down like a notch, Sailors was fine. But everyone else seemed to be like, I'm like, okay, just a notch. I seen you guys. I seen 79. I know who you guys are. I don't need this.
I don't think they were exaggerated. I mean, they're at the exact same level that they were in Origin. Well, Kai is still the same guy, basically, who was the bully back then, or driving the bulldozer towards the. He hasn't changed that much, and this is still early 79 Gundam, so conceivably he hasn't learned that much of his lessons.
Like, if they're going for a battle of Odessa, they're probably like halfway through it already.
Right, but it's past Odessa that Kai starts turning into the guy who's not like. I think Kai only really changes after that Miharu and everything like that, because that's where he starts learning to care and everything. Otherwise, he's still kind of the guy who's like fighting Garma's forces and terrified of getting killed in combat. So I don't really see much of a change there. So for me, they were still basically the same. Like, I didn't see Bright being all that much more different, other than the fact he was a little bit more interested than he was before. And even then, he's flashing back to him beating on Amuro. So I don't know. Like I said, to me, they were the same people.
Well, first, he's more defiant over his people above him.
He always was.
Bright Noah was like, not really.
Yeah, Reed, I'm constantly threatening to Court Martial You has no last name, so this joke doesn't really go anywhere. But yeah, he's constantly, fuck off, Ree. I'm doing what you want. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a little exaggerated for me. That's a feel. Maybe it's the animation as well, right? A little more fluid, and they really invested on their movements and stuff like that. So I felt like, oh, well, yeah, okay, I see where you're going with that.
I don't know. If anything, maybe they seem a little bit more end run of their characters, like they were towards the end of the show, but they still seem exactly who they were before. Like, this read feels like a read that would have a problem with Kai deserting, because he seems a lot more active in the events of what's going on versus the I said Reed, didn't I? Bright.
Right.
This is the Bright that feels like he'd have a problem with Kai deserting, whereas the other Bright was a lot more subdued during this time period.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my opinion of it. I liked it overall.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Again, disappointed that they're not going to do more of these. Anyway,
yeah, they're not going to turn every single episode into a movie.
No, I mean that the director of this and Origin has said that this was probably their last thing. So, my hope for more of this. But then again, we got the new thing that's coming out, and apparently that's getting rave reviews, and there's stuff that I can't say about it. So,
yeah,
I've got hope. I've got hope for it, but maybe not so much the art style. I liked this art style better, and they're going for more of, I think, we've talked about this before. The art direction on that is somebody who does a lot of Pokemon art, or more recent Pokemon anime stuff art.
Yeah.
Which I'm not exactly a super fan of, but I mean, I'll take it. It's still a good story. I'll take it no matter what.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it for us. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?